Let's talk about one of the forgotten arts of Facebook ads, which is to simplify your marketing. Chances are very high that you feel nowadays like confused or overwhelmed because there is so much content out there. There are so many different approaches to campaign setups and targeting. There is AI, and you think maybe, potentially, oh, I need to implement AI and an AI media buyer and so on. And there is so much happening that the right questions are not asked anymore, and that there is no time to work on the things that actually move the needle when it comes to Facebook ads. I have experienced this myself because I do Facebook ads since nearly 8 years. And over this time, it has evolved and changed so much and has gotten from like a very technical task to now becoming a real marketer again. And the technical things aren't as essential anymore and aren't also the leverage anymore. But it's hard to get out of what has been working for one and has proven to create results over years and now letting this completely go and switching to a new approach. I see this within myself because I had to declutter and to like really remove a lot of stuff I was doing over the last 1.5 years to now be able to have probably the best life as a Facebook advertiser I ever had, because it's simpler, it's clearer, and it's better than ever. I see this in the consultings I do, because people start and come to me with like, oh, can you help me improve my campaign setup? Can you help me improve my ad sets, my targeting, my placements, and so on? And we always end up at a different point. And when you probably feel the same, then through simplifying, through condensing, and through actually focusing on only a couple of things that actually move the needle, then Facebook ads become the great leverage again that they used to be when it was about technical setups. I see this in the inability to often ask the right question, which comes again to marketing, to advertising, to communication, to understanding people, and to also realize that there is a human behind the screen that sees the ads and that this human has a certain gap, a certain problem that they want to solve, and then they see the ads. And there it doesn't matter if the ad is generated with nano banana or if it's an expensive photo shoot or whatever. The human cares about themselves, about being understood and talked to in a way that they can understand you as a business and that they can better understand themselves and recognize that you offer a solution. But for this, it does not matter if you have like this big complex AI workflow and this N8N 10-step whatever. It can be really simple. And chances are very high that if you go to your ads manager and you see the ads that have worked for you over the years the best, these are also the simplest ads where you might not have expected that these ads actually perform. In Facebook ads, oftentimes less is more, but it matters to do the right things. And here we have this great companion called AI. It's easy here because so much is happening and the speed is so rapid that you and I are getting lost and feeling so much behind and have this fear of missing out, that there is this one advertiser who does this in a way that it generates this astronomical results, and you feel so stressed out about it that you don't know what to do and how to invest your time, because how do you manage client work and research and technical implementation, and then you think that this setup and this workflow saves you a lot of time, but actually it costs you a lot of time because the implementation is already 10 hours, then results are not as you expect it to be, and so on and so on. We as advertisers, if we work with the technicalities, with AI, and especially with the AI of Meta, like the algorithm in serving ads, then it is easier than to fight against it or trying to trick it. In most cases, the Facebook algorithm is much smarter than we as advertisers are, because we don't have data from millions and billions of people and know exactly what this user sees, likes, engages with, researches, and so on. Meta does, we don't. We only have assumptions about it. And if we simplify our approach by saying like, Meta, you do what you do best, which is serving the right ads to the right people at the right time, and we do our work by creating ads and stuff that actually matters to people and creating a diversity so that Meta has a big pool of ads, of messages, of angles, of problems that you are solving, then if we as advertisers and Meta actually work together, then it becomes easier, it becomes simpler, and it becomes better in terms of results. So if you're struggling with this complex world now, I invite you to simply think and see through the lens of simplicity. What can you simplify? What can you not do in addition, but what can you leave out so that you can work on what actually matters, which is creating better ads? And then it's not so much about technicalities. AI is a great tool and I use it every day, but it does not replace the actual work. And if you have like a new clarity about where to look at, which is the human understanding, which is about customer journey, and which is about which bottlenecks do you have in your messaging or in your funnel, and feed this data to the algorithm and trust it that it can do its work by also simplifying your campaign setups, then it becomes easier, it becomes also fun again. I have clients who spend 6 figures every month and they only do this to one campaign which I set up and manage. Setup is as easy as ever. Management is as easy as ever. And I have so much time to analyze data, to draw conclusions, to understand the market and translate this into ads. And this makes my work as an advertiser as easy, as fun, and as simple as it has ever been, because leveraging the technicalities in AI is one of the greatest gifts we have received since Facebook ads exist. So simplifying your ads, simplifying your marketing, simplifying your whole approach to your work is actually an art, but I invite you to explore it because the benefits are so great and it makes life simply better and easier.